Man, the videos we used to do back in the days were funny.
The videos we used to do back in the day are pretty hilarious. And sometimes I'm just like, wow, we really did that.
Some of them are cringe as fuck. Cringe as fuck. I'm like, damn. Did we really just do that?
It was corny. Just kidding. No, but I mean, some of it's funny. I think just some of the things that we used to do is just like, I don't know. It's questionable.
We really wasn't like, that was just us being us. We didn't really know the industry of content creating.
Yeah, and like what brands look at and stuff like that.
Now we know what to look for, what's
I mean, we
brandable
do our
and-
content, but we have to also like filter a lot of things out because like obviously you can't just like brands are not going to want to work with you if you're over there being like, hey bitch.
but you on this podcast talking what you want. It is okay.
That's why we
want.
could do what we want on the podcast. We get to be like, show another side of us, what I'm saying?
With that being said, welcome to another episode of Mom Said, Dad Said with your host Jay and
Gabby.
Hey, another week down. You know what? Before I gotta get into this little football thing.
Oh my God, nobody gives a fuck.
Start this segment off right. Yo, the Atlanta Falcons, baby.
They lost.
You know what? They lost. I'm upset. I'm upset they lost because there was chances where we could have won. There's multiple. There's like 2 or 3 scenarios I could think about that we could have came on top and won that game. But I'm not gonna get butthurt about it. I like how we looked against the defending champions of the Super Bowl. So, and then I like previous week against the Eagles. Whoop that booty. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a happy fan right now because I like what the future holds for our team. I'm like, y'all Cowboys? Where y'all Cowboy fans at? Where y'all at? Comment in the chat right now. Where y'all at? Is it y'all's year? We them boy. But it's okay. It's our year this year, baby.
Everybody that's listening to this podcast, probably like a lot of them, don't care about football.
Anyways,
Sorry.
comment down below who cares about football. Football's around the world, baby. Everybody loves, a little bit of everybody loves football.
I swear,
Come
if
on
you're
now.
like me, I'm so serious. Like,
No, you
we're
really don't.
football season just started, and like that's all I hear every day.
Well,
Every freaking
okay, and it's
day.
only football season. That's when you hear the
Gosh.
most out of me.
Oh
That's
my
it.
God.
That's it. Like, you know how when we were younger, right? Mm-hmm. Well, you tell your story, I'll tell mine. It's crazy that what we do right now as social media and content on social media as content influencers, how we are, so used to the camera. Back in the day,
Oh my gosh. I know where you're going.
you know what I'm saying? Back in the day when I was like, back in the day when I was
When we
younger.
first started, like years ago in 2018, 2019.
No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about when we were kids or when we were. I remember when I was 16, 17 years old, and I remember I would used to create content, and I didn't even think it was creating content. I just thought it was just recording. But yeah, so we would record. I would record ourselves, and we would do like pranks. Me and Steven.
His best friend.
Yep, Steven, my best friend. He used to come over. It'd be a snow day or whatever. I remember it was one day, and we was like, man, let's just go mess with this one. Let's go mess with our homeboy that's down the street. So we used to go film and like Ding Dong Ditch and freaking just do dumb stuff with him. And I remember I gotta find the video because I'd love to show it.
I just wish they still had the Vine because Vine had like a lot of stuff on there.
No, I did. I used to create Vine videos, guys. When Vine first came out, I used to create, and it would be stupid stuff, but it'd be how I am today. And who would have thought back then, just doing those simple little videos that I would have created? I created a job. You know what I mean?
Like you built a legacy with creating content, like how creating content led to everything else in our life right now. It's like a full-time job with everything that we do. It's not just like everyone just thinks you're just like creating little silly like TikTok videos and stuff, but like it leads to so much more than that. Like, with creating content. Obviously social media is a big a big thing that we use every single day in our lives. Like, yeah, some people are opposed to it and stuff, but we literally use our phones every single day. And what do people get on? They get on Facebook, or they get on YouTube, they get on all that. And we're literally on all of the platforms, like creating content of like our job. Like you see the ads on TV and the commercials and stuff. That's kind of like what we do. How that's kind of like what our job is. It's not just creating these little silly videos. You know, I see some of the like hateful comments, and I think one podcast will probably read the comments that we like see and kind of just laugh about it with you guys. Just the people, because you guys probably like, what hate comments? Because like we do have more positive than negative. But on Facebook, there's a lot of negative on Facebook, but that's just Facebook because it's a lot of older people. TikTok has more of the younger audience. Yeah. YouTube, you kind of get like, hey, but more kids than adults. But other than that, I just feel like back in the day, like social media wasn't as strong as it is now, but it was still a thing when we were kids. Like I know when I was a kid, obviously my parents were really strict with social media, but we were able to do Vines and stuff in high school.
It was Vines. I think I remember when I was growing up, it was Facebook, MySpace, and all that, of course.
Oh, yeah, I had MySpace too. And like I remember like decorating my freaking MySpace page
and the music on it, your top 10 or whatever.
Yes. When me and Jay were talking about all this with the Vine and stuff, like creating videos and stuff, it was just kind of like a crazy like thing that we like came across of like, we're like, wait, we both were creating videos like when we were younger, and they were silly videos, only if we can find them, because I know Vine is like now removed and stuff, so it's kind of hard to kind of go back on those videos and find them. But we both used to create like dumb videos, and we were both silly as hell. So it's just crazy that now, being, you know, the adults that we are, we now have our own social media platforms with social media. And who knew, from being who we were and literally like creating videos back in the day, and now it's like a full-time job. And it's
like what they say, like God put you on this earth for a reason,
and everything.
You didn't even know that reason was right there in your face this whole time. You know, you thinking you're just getting out of camera, just being dumb and goofy, but in reality, you're doing what you're gonna be doing when you get old. I don't know. It was it's just a crazy experience.
I did have a MySpace in middle school, and it was so much fun. But obviously I had to have it like private and all that. But I had all my friends on there, and it was pretty fun.
Didn't you do like editing in high school?
Yes.
See, that's
so
thing.
It's so funny because there was this class, and it was actually hard to get into this class in high school. It was called Blue Review. I just like remember being in it, getting into that class, and I was just like, why did they put me in this? I didn't even request to be in that class. And I was kind of shocked that I got into it, because it's kind of hard to get in there.
Who told you
and
it was hard to get in there?
A lot of the people that were in there, they were all educated with editing and stuff, and they were like high tech type people. So I had no experience. So I don't know why they put me in that class. I think they had to fill it up and they put me in, or no.
Who told you it was hard to get in there?
Oh, so I know what it is. I had met all my credits. You remember I told you that if I were to be at Pickering High School, or if I were to be in Texas, and I only had a certain amount of credits to do like my junior and senior year, and like if you're done in Texas, you just leave. Like if you have if you have 2 classes, you can leave after that and go home. If you have to poop, you have to poop. Okay, so if you have like 2 classes that only like credit wise, like you have only 2 classes to do, they you can go home right after that. But when I moved to freaking Tennessee and I was in Fort Campbell, just because you have all your credits, they had to fill in those spots.
Well, at least it's not when you was in Louisiana. All you had to do is get them coffee and you'd get an A.
Shut up. So anyways, I had to fill in all my spots. So I think that's why they put me in that Blue Review class, because I had to fill in those spots all the way to 7th period. And I only literally needed 3 classes left for like, it was just crazy. Like I literally met all my credits. Senior year, I literally was like already like met everything. And it was crazy. And I still had to fill up all my freaking classes. I didn't think that I was like educated enough to be in those classes. So I was kind of nervous to be there. But as I was like in those classes learning all the different things of editing and stuff, we always had like videos that were being posted like in the morning, good morning show type stuff. We had like a good morning show every morning at our high school. And those people that were in that Blue Review class were the ones like doing the videos, editing the videos. And I was so nervous to be in that. But as I was in those classes, I literally learned so much about editing and editing long form videos, like YouTube videos. And the fact that I literally, all the learning that I did in those classes results to where I'm at right now. Like I literally edit every single day of my life for the past few years.
7 years.
Like that class led me to where I'm at right now. Just is mind blowing. I didn't think that being in that class was going to be something that I was actually going to like, you know, be good at, you know, or even have the talent in it or anything. And then what's crazy is being in that class too, when we were creating videos, not only was it an editing class, we had to create the content. We had to create skits. We had to do like music, like Christmas videos, Halloween videos and all that. And it was just like crazy. And of course we were being stupid. Like some of the videos are still on YouTube. Please don't look me up.
No, they're funny. I gotta I'm gonna put the link down below.
No, don't look me up. But they're cringe. But yeah.
Apple.
So shut up. So what's crazy is that like that's what me and Jay were just like, it was mind blowing. It's like everything that we did in our younger age led to where we're at right now. Mm-hmm. And it was all in God's timing. And it's so freaking crazy and mind blowing. Like there's still so much more for me to learn. Like I want to learn so much more about content creating because it's something that I enjoy and love doing. Like I want to learn how to do all the crazy edits when it comes to YouTube because that's where it's hard. That's the hardest platform. And the fact that we have 1 million subscribers is like amazing and it's crazy to grow on there. So if you're listening to this podcast and you're wondering like how to start YouTube, I say just go for it. We only have one life to live. You just got to go hard now. So later on, when we're in our 40s, we can literally just sit back and relax. And this is why with this job is 24/7. And I want to grind as much as I can now as I'm young and healthy and living. And so when we're in our 40s, our kids are out the house. We finally get to sit back, relax, probably live in an RV and travel the world.
That's like probably literally what me and Gabby are gonna do when all the
like we're gonna have our house, of course. Yeah. You know, because
we'll
that's gonna
RV to like travel.
That's gonna be the house like all our kids and grandkids come to and stuff when we get our forever home. But I know me and Jay want to, you know, do so much with each other when it comes to traveling and stuff. And we do travel as much as we can now with the kids because we want them to see the world as well. But I just know when we're finally retired from like working, like it's going to be so worth it. So I want to work hard as much as I can now so we can live that life. And it's just so crazy. Like
it better be worth it. Because you know what I'm going to be missing this Saturday because of work.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But it's fun work.
Yeah, it's, you know what? It is fun work.
Fun work.
It is fun work because it brings the inner child out of me. You know, because I get to go to Disney again. I love it. I for real do, but I'm missing the Georgia-Alabama game.
Yeah, he's still salty.
I'm still going to bring it up. Now, I will say this. I'm going to let it all go if we win, baby. You know what? I said if.
We will.
I have confidence we will win.
But no, it's gonna be funny because my parents are gonna go to that game instead. We're giving them the tickets, and they're gonna be creating content while they're out there, and then probably gonna be laughing because Jay's in Disney. But I mean, hey, Disney's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a blast.
I'm hoping the magical place at Disney will magically lift spirits on me and the Georgia team and our Packers, and we freaking win. While I'm gone, we win, and I get to experience a hell of a good time at Disney.
You're going to experience it no matter what.
But I mean, yes. Yeah. You know what I mean.
You know what I'm just saying.
It will be super, super magical. Right now, it's magical. But it will be super, super magical with 2 wins while I'm gone. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
You know, they will. It's just, I think it's because, like, I'm telling you guys, he puts in all his time to football. And it's not that he puts all his time into the Falcons in Georgia, his own team that he coaches.
I know.
So, he does. He literally works all night, and he thinks, like, missing the game, like, he's nervous about it. But I'm like, it got it handled. Like, my dad also coaches, too, and he knows what he's doing, so he's going to get those boys in check. And this weekend, and, you know, obviously Jay's going to give him a little scare before he leaves. Like, y'all don't do what you're supposed to.
Oh, yeah. This week's practice is going to be intense. Like,
He's going to let them know, y'all don't do what you're supposed to at the game this Saturday. Just know y'all going to get conditioned on Monday. Or no, when we come back on Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
I think, yeah, because we get back late Wednesday.
And so I'll only have one practice. I'm probably going to host a Friday practice, too.
Yeah.
A little walk through. Yeah, probably going to that. Because we need to. Next week's game is crazy.
Yeah.
Another hard one.
Other than that, I think it's just because, like, you know, we have all these in between, like, work trips and stuff. But the work trips are going to be such a blast. But that's what I'm saying. Like, all the hard work that we do, it does pay off. It really does, and it shows. But you just can't stop, and you can't get satisfied where you're at. Like, you got to keep going when it comes to stuff. And that's why me and Jay are trying so hard to also, because we're so young, you know, build these businesses that we're striving for. And we have a lot of exciting things that are going to be coming up. And of course, it's going to take time. It's not going to be quick. You know, I want to take our time into the stuff that we want to launch soon. And, you know, I'm hoping that you guys will love it. And I also want you guys to put in the comments of, like, you know, if there's anything new that you guys want to see, not just on this podcast, but what do you guys want to see in the future from us? Like, what do you guys want? Do you guys want any, like, certain products, or do you want us to launch something? Like, let us know in the comments. I know I see a lot of your guys' comments with Tatiana. I think with her love for Takis and stuff. I think one day, like, I even told my mom yesterday, I was like, it would be so cool if Takis were to, like,
Takis has to
collab with her, like,
and do something really special for them.
Because that girl
that'd
is
be crazy.
But I think
Takis
she does all the time. So I think, like, we're just all, like, you know, setting up the family for success. You know, my parents are about to hit 1 million on TikTok, and I think she's about to hit 100,000 on Instagram. So it's just like, it's so crazy, like, setting the family up for, like, that success as well, because it leads to so much more than that. It's not just on social media. It leads up to, like, you know, TV commercial type stuff, acting and future acting, anything. And like I said, Jay has something exciting coming up too, that we cannot talk about yet. And it's going to be in the new year of 2025, but it could possibly, like, change our lives forever. Like, I know our lives changed, and we're so grateful and thankful for where we're at. But like I said, because of you guys make this happen. But just know, behind the scenes, we're working our butts off, and you know, trying to be the best versions of ourselves with, you know, with this job. And it's just so much fun. And I think that's what another thing that I wanted to also talk about too. I seen a comment that kind of really, like, bothered me a lot. It was on Facebook. It was an old supporter, and that's what kind of, like, sucks too, because, you know, there's people that supported you from the beginning, and then, like, something bothers them, and they're just like, oh, like, I'm not going to support you anymore. Like, and they'll make it known. And it's just so crazy. Like, if you don't have nothing nice to say, just don't say it at all. And I know it's a free country, freedom of speech. Like, okay, we know. But, like, to me, if I was bothered by something, I'm not going to, like, just comment on your video and tell you about it. Like, I'm just going to keep it to myself. And that's just what a normal human being does. But anywho, or not even normal. It's not like a normal human being. It's just, like, someone that's, like, obviously respectful. I'm not gonna disrespect somebody. I'm not gonna disrespect someone and put someone down if I feel some type of way. Like, if I don't like somebody, or if I just feel some type of way with a video, or
no, it's just something that you don't want to.
Yeah,
you're not ignorant.
I'm not going to be ignorant. Yeah.
You're just going to keep your comments to yourself.
This old supporter said, I used to love watching you guys when your husband was active duty. Now you guys exploit your kids and make money off of them and get famous off of them. And that was really crazy to me, because I understand there's like a lot of controversy with like content creating and family channels right now. And that's one thing that I kind of stay away from because and what makes us different from a lot of these family channels is that what did you say the other day with our content? We're kind of very versatile, like yes.
Could do a lot of
we
things.
create all different types of content and our content is not just with our kids. We also create couple content and that's how we started is with couple content. Pranks, comedy, all that. Our kids are just as silly as their own father. And like I say a million times, they love doing videos. Nova, she loves it. She loves seeing herself too. She's just like, oh my God, that's Nova. And we just so happen to be a family channel when all the other stuff that are going wrong outside the family channels with other people where they force their kids to do videos. And that's one thing we will never do is force our kids. And I'm going to tell you right now, if we could take our kids off content, we could. But they so happen to be our kids and they live with us every day and they watch YouTube as well. And Nevaeh and Jeremiah are like, Mommy, look at this video. Can we do it? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, we do it. They're also on brands too. And brands want to sponsor them for like other things and they love it. And everything that we get from brands, just know like we are setting them up for success.
Like what?
We invest in our kids and not even just with not just because of the like, you know, with the brands that they get and everything. And I know people are like, oh, they just want money off of them, this and that. No, all that money.
I think it's the perception that people see it.
Yes.
And they don't. And honestly, they really don't even need. I don't have to tell you guys what we're doing with our money.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I really don't have to explain.
But you could see it. You could see it when we invest in our kids when it comes to them. You come to our house, they will always have food in that damn fridge. Obviously, they will always have a home cooked meal.
We do back.
Their rooms are filled with everything, you know, like we literally always get them what they want, but they also have to earn it because we also want them to have that normal lifestyle. But we have, they ain't gonna just get what they.
Crazy as like we don't have their.
Just because
we have restrictions.
We definitely still
we gonna give you that. Nah.
You gotta also earn it. Your grades come first. Your school comes first, and then obviously, then sports. We invest in our kids when it comes to sports. Do you know how much my daughter's cheer competition is alone? It's like over $2,000. Over $2,000 just for her cheer competition. And that doesn't even cover, you know, traveling, booking hotels, all that.
I don't even want to pay that.
Shut up.
I'm just kidding.
And then also with my son being in football, you know, it's just as expensive. Like my husband over here buying expensive gear, but it's also to protect him and stuff like that. The helmet, but it was to protect him from concussions and stuff.
I buy no expensive helmet.
It wasn't $500 helmet. No, it wasn't a $500 helmet.
It was $200.
No, it wasn't. Y'all don't let them fool you. But those are just examples of what I'm trying to say when it comes to our kids. Our kids come first. I literally can be wearing the same old clothes over and over again as long as my kids have new clothes and new shoes and new this. We've always been like that. Yes. And once our lives started to change financially, because we did struggle before, that's when we started to get things for ourselves. There was a period in time when we started to get together where we didn't buy anything new for ourselves for like a couple of years. It was like from 2016 all the way to like 2020. Can you imagine wearing these same clothes? And like it's kind of like emotional because like I remember having to literally wear these same clothes every year. And I had a lot of clothes, but also my body started to change. So there was like a lot of stuff that I grew out of. And I would even go to like, stop. I would even go to Plato's Closet.
What kind of clothes we was wearing?
You know what I mean? We would even like rewear them for pictures. We couldn't even get new clothes for pictures. We only got new clothes for our kids. And luckily, we always
get big, like super big. I
know, right? So I always had to wear like old clothing, even if I grew out of it and I had to make it work. But our kids always had the new stuff. And of course, thanks to my mom, she always helped with like buying stuff for them, like when it comes to clothes and stuff and shoes. So when we struggled out those times, even when he was in the military, we struggled because we were living check to check. And you guys have to understand, like, we literally didn't have as much. So anyway, back to the comment of why it bothered me is like, I came back at her and I told her, it's not my husband's fault for him getting medically retired. It wasn't his choice. It was the Army's. The Army decided to let my husband go because he was not fit for the Army. So I told her, I was like, hey, so the Army, it wasn't his fault. It was the Army's. And I'm sorry that our lives drastically changed over the years. Like, just because my husband was active duty and because we were struggling at the time and we didn't have much, and because doesn't mean we have to stay there forever. Your lives change. You get older. Your kids get older. You evolve. And we have evolved over the years, and I apologize for that. But one thing that has never changed is our heart and who we are. And I told her, you sound very hateful, and you need to, go be that person somewhere else, but don't do that. Don't be that person here in my comments. I said with social media, we're not with social media just because social media is our job and we do it for fun. We're also building businesses, and we also still get paid from the military. That also help, with other things, but that's none of her business. And I don't have to explain myself to her. And everybody that truly supports us knows that, yes, like that are proud of us. And I love every one of you that comment and you guys see the real us, and you guys see that, like, just because our lives changed doesn't mean that we changed. And I'm going to tell you that, and I promise you that is never going to change us. Money will never change us. A house is never going to change us. Like, it's going to be who we are. And I just think it's because of everything that we went through in the past.
Oh, yeah. I think really
shaped us to who we are today.
I think that's really what woke us up, like, really, and made us who we are, for sure, like what you said.
And I'm glad I went through those things. I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Like,
those are life lessons, man. Those life lessons are really, like, eye-opening for you.
Yeah.
It's a learning experience. That's why sometimes, and it's crazy, is like, we're the parents, right? But our kids are gonna have to experience that to become better. You know what I mean? And that you gotta just let them go through that hard times to learn from it. Because definitely it shapes your character for real. Like it builds character. So I'm glad, honestly, we went through it, because now look at us now, thriving. I'm trying to keep thriving, and I want people around me to thrive too. I don't never hate. We don't want to hate on nobody. Never gonna hate on nobody.
And for those who are like inspired to by our journey and like by our thing, like, I want you to know, just we want to be here to inspire you guys and also show you guys that life can always change. Like, just because you're going through a hard time right now, it doesn't last forever.
Honestly, and what we do is we're pretty much showing you guys our story. We're showing you our life, and we really don't have to.
We really don't.
We do it. And no matter what we do, we're always gonna get hate. But we also I feel like we get more love, which I love the most, than hate. Me and Gabby, of course, we look at, man, why do they hate us so much? We really don't understand why. I'm trying to understand why, but yeah, you
can't please everyone, and I think that's one thing that I've learned.
Yeah, and that's why now, like, I even tell Gabby to this day, I don't read the comments like that. I know,
but I read them because I like to get back to my supporters,
and that's reasonable. Like, sometimes I'll look at them here. I look at them here and there, but sometimes when I don't read the comments, because you just don't. Sometimes you know what's gonna be said, so why even look and go see it? You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm so nonchalant. And then plus Gabby always tells me anyway. So
yeah, and I just get back to him because I like to reply to you guys and just know that, like, we see them, we hear you, and we appreciate you. I think that's one thing I can never thank you guys enough for always, like, supporting us no matter what we do. And like I said, it's just, your life changes, your life evolves. And I think that's one thing that I have to understand, that you are not going to be in the same place forever. you know, you're going to always keep growing. You're always going to keep thriving. And, you know, life is always going to change no matter what. And that's why you got to be thankful for where you're at, but just don't ever settle, you know?
Oh, yeah. Definitely don't be, get complacent of where you're at.
Yeah.
You know, step outside your boundaries a little bit. You know, you got just open up, be yourself. I wasn't myself for like a couple years or whatever. I finally opened up, and now I'm me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was when we first got together. Like, he was himself with me, but like not with everybody else.
Yeah.
And
I think I was so worried about what other people thought about me too much, to where I was just like, dude, that's not me. I need to just be me.
yeah, like
Now I don't give a
outside in the
fuck.
picture. No, I think social media also helped bring that, you know, side out of him, and even me. Like, I know we cared too much about like being on social media. We're just like, you know, you don't want to be out, but we're like, we didn't care. That's what made us, like, is like being ourselves on social media. And we literally would like post like crazy, like just videos.
We used to be super shy of the camera, bro.
Yeah, we
Like,
used to.
mad shy, and like even going out in public recording. Now it's like
We don't care. We're just ourselves, like on recording.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's just a crazy thing. Like, the social media has changed in so many ways with us. Like, even being in the public, and like even if we were to talk to you guys in public, we would be able to do that and face our fears. And that was like something that we really struggled on back in the day. And I think it's just crazy. Like,
yeah, and like even when you talk about going out in public, guys, if you guys see us in public, we are just regular people. You come
I
up to
swear,
me,
just come say hey.
I'll dap you up and everything. What's up, bro? Yeah. Oh, you want? Man, I appreciate y'all supporting us.
Yeah,
Man,
we love y'all.
I want y'all to
And
do
just know
that
you're not invading our privacy.
at all.
You're not.
We chilling.
When we go out,
vibing just
yeah.
like y'all. Hey, y'all come up. If you see us, what's up, my boy? You know what I'm saying?
When we go out in public, like, we know what will come with it, and we know that there probably will be someone that will notice us, but we don't ever just be like, oh, get out my way. I know some people have their days and they're just like, I don't want to be bothered or anything. But I think with us is like, I'm not going to say we're never in a bad mood, but I don't think I could. I'm not ever going to go to a store just like, I don't know. I just think we're just not always in a bad mood. And if we are, you know, I come home and I stay in my home. If I'm not feeling it and I don't have the energy, like the right energy, and I'm just like, okay, I'm tired, I'm over it, I'm going to stay home. If I'm stepping out, just know I have the energy to step out.
I got time today.
So I don't care. I'm never one of those that's just like, oh my God, get away from me type stuff. I know you guys probably hear a lot of horror stories with influencers that are just like rude and mean, and I just could never be that. I'm sorry. That's just not who I am. I've always been like that, even since I was in high school and stuff. I literally would always talk to everybody. I'm a social butterfly.
We know. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up today's episode of Mom Said, Dad Said. I appreciate you guys for tuning in this week. See y'all next week.
Bye.
I was waiting for the bye. Damn.